Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my Sephora VIB recommendations video. I adore these kinds of videos. I literally watch all of them, and so I'm excited to record it because I'm just going to talk about all the products that I absolutely adore. So grab yourself something to drink. It may be a long one because I do have a lot of newer products that I've discovered that I just adore and would recommend. So grab yourself something to drink and let's get started. Now I'll put on the screen all the details of the Sephora sale. We already know all this because if you're a makeup addict like me and you watch video, you already have like an alarm clock for when the sale starts. But in case you don't know, these are the details. And you know, many times if you're interested in a specific brand, the brand will have better deals on their website. If you're not VIB, which is 20% off, you are probably going to find 20% off on the website of the specific brand that you want to purchase from. So I encourage you to kind of take a look at the individual brands. Many times they offer free shipping, better discounts. For example, I'm not going to include any Pat McGrath products just because the sale is just better at Pat McGrath. You can get 35% off on Pat McGrath website. So even though I have a lot of products that are amazing at Pat McGrath, I truly encourage you wait for a sale from a Pat McGrath website because you're just going to get a better deal and more options. I am going to take everything by category. So we're going to start with primers, setting sprays, things like that, move on to foundations, concealers, and all the good stuff. I will try to not include all the ones that I've included in my past videos. Those are still amazing and I literally cannot talk about every single product I love. So I'm going to focus more on the newer products that I've tried since the last video, but I already see some that I included that I mentioned 1,000 times in different other videos, but they're just so good. They need to be spoken of. Primers. I have here 2 primers that I use all the time, and it's these 2 right here. The Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte Primer, and then the Blur Jam like Glowish. They do a little bit different things. I think the Tom Ford is like hardcore, like will keep you smooth, it will keep the oils at bay, and that foundation will not move and the pores will look so blurring. The Glowish has more moisture to it. It's a very cool consistency that it does blur, but it also moisturizes the skin. The Tom Ford tends to dry more of a powdery finish, and this one stays a little bit, I wouldn't say tacky, just more moisturizing. The Tom Ford I only use around my pore area, like my T-zone. That's my biggest issue usually, it's pores. So that's why I tend to gravitate towards pore filling primers, not so much glowy. But those 2 are fabulous, is the ones I reach for all the time. Now there are a couple glowy primers, kind of like the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless. I really like the Glossier Future Dew, but I have to say the e.l.f., I like it more than both of those. So if you're interested in a glowy primer, try the e.l.f. first because it does so many good things, and I tend to pick this one over these. For setting sprays, I have here 2 that I absolutely adore. This is the Rare Beauty. It's pretty much gone. What's the name of this? Always On an Optimist. This is more of a moisturizing spray. So this I use when I want the powder to kind of soak in. It gives me a slight luminosity. And I think I'm gonna, will I repurchase? Maybe. I already have a couple open. I want this sale, next sale, just because I have so many that I need to finish. But this is an amazing spray in the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush setting spray. I cannot live without this. This one's a small one. It's kind of almost gone, but I have backups already, and I usually tend to buy backups during the sale. These are the 2 setting sprays that I really like. I do love my Caudalie Elixir. I think this is fabulous, but it's very expensive. If you're bougie like me, that one is absolutely wonderful. Moving on to foundations. Now I have tried so many new foundations since my last video, and I have a collection here to share with you. I'm gonna start with one that is, I want to say basic, like it's no-brainer for me. This is the Makeup Forever HD Skin. Now I know I mentioned this in my past Sephora sale video, but this still stands strong in my collection. It's one of those foundations that are so easy to use. They look like my skin. They last all day. It gives you like a good medium coverage, even light if you spread it out, and it's unnoticeable on the skin. It's a very natural finish, no fuss, just a good reliable foundation. This is still up here and I absolutely love it. The next one is an fabulous foundation. This is the HAUS Labs foundation. I have mine in the shade, I think 200, light medium neutral. And this is such a beautiful foundation. The finish is what is most unique for me. It has a slight luminous finish, like a glowy, but it's not shiny. It just has a radiance to it, and I find that every time I wear this, I'm surprised at how beautiful my skin looks, because it's not oily or too glowy. Like for example, the Say, if you need glow, this is glowy. This isn't like that. This is just a little bit more elegant, I want to say. It lasts really well. It covers well. I would say it's a good medium coverage. And it's a foundation that I keep reaching for because it's fabulous. So I think I've done a full day wear test on this. I'm going to try to go through these quicker because, you know, we're going to be here a long time. Next one is the Makeup by Mario foundation. This is in 8N. The color's good for me, but in the summertime, I'm gonna need a darker shade. This has a luminosity to it. It's what I wear today. And the finish is a little bit more luminous than the HAUS Labs, but it's not too much. I love this. The one positive that's like super positive, it's the lasting power on this. Look at that. See, you can see that it has more luminosity than the HAUS Labs. And the luminosity stays throughout the day, but it's not oily. Like I never feel too oily with this. Now remember, I do have normal to dry skin, so that will play a part in that. But I think the longevity of this is what's so amazing about it, because I have foundations that look beautiful like this, but they don't last. This will last all day long, all day long. Do not over apply. I think when I over apply this foundation, try to build it up to that full coverage, it can look a little heavier and too makeup-y, but if you add just a nice simple layer, it'll give you beautiful medium coverage, and I love it. It's absolutely fabulous. The next one is the one that kind of took over all the other foundations, and this is a new one for me, but it is the GUERLAIN Terracotta Le Tint. I adore this foundation. There's just something about it that made me fall in love with it the first application. So I'm swatching it now and feeling it after both of those. This is lighter on the skin. It's not quite as creamy. These seem to be a little bit more creamy, slightly thicker, mainly the Makeup by Mario, but this is a little bit lighter and it has more of a natural finish, which is probably what I like the most. But the way this stays on the skin, the way it makes my skin look, it's incredible. It's probably my favorite foundation that I own right now. I will do a ranking video on a foundation. I just need to edit that and get it out for you guys, but this is perfecting. It perfects without over applying. It has a beautiful natural finish, and it is just my favorite. I'm so glad I discovered this. I would say if you're normal to dry, even combo, you could use this. If you're super oily, not sure, you guys let me know, but adore this foundation, and it's a must. Like if you love foundations that I kind of like, that one is fabulous. And then I'm going to share these two skin tints, the Summer Friday and Caliray. Both fabulous. You can't really go wrong with any of them. They are so easy to use. I've used the Caliray more. It is in my project pan, but I also tend to like this one a little bit more because the finish is not super glowy. It's more of a, oh, I put way too much. It kind of dries down a little bit. I wouldn't say matte, just a natural, slightly powdery feel, which is what I like in a tinted moisturizer. Now, right now, it's probably still glowy, but yeah, it's just not overly glowy. And many of the other skin tints tend to be so glowy. And in the summer, I'm like, it's just going to fade off. I love the finish of this one. And the color I have is 6 in that one. And then the Summer Fridays, really beautiful. They're both kind of light coverage, though slightly buildable, light to medium at its best. Now, the color of the Summer Friday I really like. It's the color shade 4, and I really like the undertone of this one. It's more of a neutral. The Caliray has a little bit more of a warm undertone, but this one, look how beautiful it is. This has a little bit more glow than the Caliray. But both are absolutely fabulous. For concealers, I have my Corrector, which I use all the time. It's my Charlotte Tilbury in the color medium. I've had this for forever, and I do have a dent in it, but it will take me forever to go through it. And I also like the NARS Corrector, but I've been using the Charlotte Tilbury the most. And I have 4 concealers that I want to mention. Let's start with one that I've talked about a lot and mentioned it in many videos, and I just wanted to mention real quick because if you're looking for a full coverage concealer, the Huda Beauty is fabulous. It's not drying, but it gives you really good coverage, and the finish, more of a natural finish, it's not drying. I absolutely love this one. The Kulfi, again, I have used this so much. I mean, look at that, it's almost all gone. This is in Coco Crush, and I can't say enough good things about this. I dare say I like this one even more than the Huda, just because I'm not a super full coverage girl. So I like more of that medium buildable, and this has that. It's medium, and you can add it enough to where it's a medium to full, but I don't think it's ever going to be completely full. This one has more radiance to it, and it has a little bit of a almost thicker consistency, creamier, but so blendable and so blurring. It looks fabulous under the eyes. I traveled quite a bit these past few months, and this is the only concealer I brought with me because it was just, I know it works. I don't need anything else. So this is absolute yes. Now, 2 other ones that I've discovered not too long ago is the Tom Ford Stick Concealer and the Givenchy. The Tom Ford Stick Concealer really is very beautiful if you have more mature skin. If you have more of a dry skin, this is fabulous. It has a luminosity to it, a radiance. It will not give you full coverage. It would give you medium coverage at best. But I love the way this stays under the eyes. Somehow on me, this does not get into my fine lines whatsoever, even if I powder it, if I don't. So to me, it's just such a good everyday concealer. But if you have oily skin, stay far away from this. I don't think you're gonna like it. And then the Givenchy Prisme Libre, you know, this became a concealer that I don't think about. I just put it on because it's just a good basic. It's kind of serum-y feeling, like no fuss, very light in texture, and many times these can tend to crack under my eyes. This is great. It doesn't crack. It gives still a like kind of natural finish, and it covers, I would say, medium coverage. I love it. It's so good. It's so basic, but so wonderful. It's a very reliable concealer. This is in the shade N250, and you get so much product in here. Like, look at this bad boy compared to the Huda one. Like, you get a ton. Moving on to powders. I feel like there's not any new powders that I've discovered that I've really liked. I really like my Givenchy powder. I think I purchased this on the last sale, if I'm not mistaken. This is in the shade 12. I really want the shade 3. I think that one would work even better for me, but I saw that they're coming with mini of these, like different colors. That's brilliant because I don't want to purchase a whole nother one. I'm trying to get the cap on. I would like to purchase just a small one to have a different color, but this is fabulous. I really like it. Of course, the Kosas powder. This is just the best pressed powder that I own. It's not heavy, but it blurs and it still lets that luminosity through. Fabulous, fabulous powder. Makeup Forever, nothing new here. I'm considering getting the pressed version. This one is in my project pan and this is a mini one. But because I use so little powder, I don't go through powder a lot. I'm shocked at how much I have left of this one, but I would say if I were to choose one powder to have for the rest of my life, it would probably be this one. And then the last one I want to mention is my Westman Atelier powder. Now this is not a must and I don't think you have to have this, but if you're looking for a powder that just kind of adds a layer of blurriness over everything, this is fabulous. I don't use this under my eyes too much. I use it around the pore area and it's fabulous. I have mine in the color Cream. It's so soft, blurring. It has a sheen to it, so it's not a matte flat powder, and I do like it. When I reviewed it, I was like, it's okay, but the more I use it, the more I gravitate towards. I do like the packaging that it's so small, so it fits in my little makeup bag, and I like it as a touch-up powder. If I have anything looking a little off, I'll take a little bit of this touch up around the center or pores or whatever, and it just smooths everything out. It's very expensive, but it is nice. Bronzer, contour, all that good stuff. I really have used mainly cream contour and bronzers. I just gravitate towards them so much, and I have so many good ones. One that's forever going to be in my collection, and I've had it for forever, and it's kind of running low. It's this Westman Atelier in the color Biscuit. That's all I have left. This is such a easy product to use. It blends in, look at this, like nothing. Like it just blends in, blurs, makes your skin look so chiseled without adding too much. There are different colors, but this color works best for me. I do have the color Truffle, and I do use that as a bronzer as well, but this color, if you're on my skin tone, it's a great contour product. Now, of course, this is Westman Atelier, so it's an arm and a leg, but I do have to say that if you were to purchase one good contour, it would be this one. Fabulous, blends in, smooth, no brainer. Another one is the Makeup by Mario. I hope these are going to be back in stock. This one in the light medium, and this is more of a bronzer contour for me. It's a little bit more intense. I put it right there. Maybe I should have swatched. That's the color. The Westman Atelier, it's more cool tone. It's a little softer. This has more coverage to it and just more punch. Let me swatch them side by side so you can see. So that is Westman Atelier and the Makeup by Mario. I mean, Makeup by Mario is more affordable. I think you get more product and it's really good. It blends in super easy, but out of all the more, I wouldn't say affordable, but more less luxury green bronzers, the Makeup by Mario out of LYS, out of Rare Beauty, all the other ones, this is my favorite. Now, of course, the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. You guys know my love affair with this product. I have this in light medium, and I kind of think I'm gonna purchase the medium just to see for summertime. I think that would work really well. I still love this product. I obviously love this color. I hit pan. It's gonna be done soon, and I need a backup, so I think the medium shade, I think I'm gonna like that one. And then the Tower 28, this is a newer one, and I really like this. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate, not quite as pigmented. Did I bring that one? Here it is, right here. I mean, I definitely recommend this as well. It's fabulous, but I've recommended it in so many videos. But this is the Tower 28, and then the Tom Ford. The Tom Ford is more pigmented. That's the Tower 28, but you know, if you want to spend 20 bucks instead of, I don't know, 90, this is a really, really good option. It blends in super nice. They're both fabulous, but yeah, that is a good new release. And if you're into cream bronzers, contours, that's a fabulous one. The color I have is Getty, and I really like the color. It's a beautiful, more of a neutral undertone on me. Not too warm, not too cool tone. I've been using this a lot. Now, when it comes to powder bronzers, there's not been any new ones that I want to mention. I still like my Charlotte Tilbury, my Gucci one. The one that it's new and I've reviewed not too long ago is the Pat McGrath bronzer, and this really has surprised me. Mainly the color, this is Nude Honey, which is wonderful as well, but this one, this is the Bronze Dawn. This color just took me by surprise. And I know I mentioned that I wasn't gonna share my Pat McGrath recommendations, but this really is a good one. And if you're just picking one item, if you're looking for a bronzer and you don't want to wait for a Pat McGrath sale, this really took me by surprise how much I liked this bronzer. So that's probably the only one that's new that I tried that I would recommend. Now, blushes. Oh goodness, there have been so many new blushes that are just fabulous. So I'm going to try to go through them fast. Let's start with Charlotte Tilbury. This is her new matte blush, Pillow Talk Matte Beauty Blush Wand. This is in the color Pink Pop, and this is my favorite color. I love the way this looks on my skin. Oh, look at that color. It's fabulous. Now, I like the other ones too, like this. This is the Peach Pop. It's nice, but somehow it's not as nice as the Pink Pop. There's something about that shade that I love. I also have the color Pillow Talk, which I'm not sure if that's available at Sephora, but the formula is really nice. Don't be scared by the matte name, because it's really not matte. It's actually quite radiant. And that color is absolutely fabulous. If I could recommend one color, it would be that. Obviously, it depends on your skin tone, but if you're close to my skin tone, beautiful color. Merit came out with new blushes, and this, the Stockholm, absolutely fabulous. I've been reaching for this so much, even on my fuller day makeup. Usually I reach for the Merit blushes when I want a soft, kind of everyday, no makeup look. This, it packs a punch. I couldn't find my words. This is stunning, and it's just spring, summer. This color speaks to me, and I love it. And I really like the formula. It's definitely very radiant though. Also, Danessa Myricks came out with beautiful blushes. I should give these more love. I gave them in the beginning, but then I kind of, tried like 50 other blushes. But truly, this is such a unique formula. It's a powder formula. It's cream and it turns kind of into powder on your skin. They're so smoothing. They blend in super nice. They're actually really nice on top of the lip. You can add, just a little bit. And yeah, I love these. I think they're really fabulous. The only downside is the colors. They're very bright. And this is, I think, Rosé and Brunch. And it's the most mellow out of all of them. And to me, it's still quite bright. One more cream blush. Rare Beauty Virtue. If this is still in stock and you like more of these kind of browny warm blushes, this one is it. I absolutely adore it. I've been waiting for them to come out with a blush like this. Fabulous. The second I applied it, it just kind of took my breath away, and this was it. Again, I went on a couple little trips and I packed this, and I just found that I didn't even need a highlighter. It was just so beautiful. Because of the tone, I wouldn't even need a bronzer. If I wanted a minimal makeup, I could just put a little bit of this, and fabulous color. She needs to make this permanent. There's also the color Worthy, which is absolutely fabulous as well. But I think personally, more drawn towards Virtue. That is Worthy right there, and Virtue. I've talked about these quite a lot, but such good value. It's gonna take you forever to go through them, and the colors are great. A couple powder blushes. Valentino, this is in the shade 2. Fabulous, fabulous. I have no other words to say except how much I love this. I love the color, I love the formula. It's just so beautiful. It's so blurring on the skin. It's not too glowy, but it has a soft sheen to it. I adore this so much. And I do want to mention the HAUS Labs blushes. These, I think, the fact that puts me off is that they're so expensive, but they give you so much product. And I'm just like, ooh, I wish I had half the product and it's just half the price, or even a third less of the price. But this is the color, no, Watermelon. Yes, Watermelon Bliss. This is a fabulous color if you're looking for a bright, summery shade. And I don't tend to reach for these blushes, but this color looks so beautiful. Out of all the colors that I've tried, this is the most interesting and unique and bright, but also flattering at the same time. This is absolutely gorgeous. And I've even done a reel with this, and everybody was like, oh, the watermelon color, that one looks fabulous on you. And I think it's really good. The formula is great. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just you get so much product for a high price tag. Well, I just took lunch, went picked up my kids from school, touched up my lip, and we're back into business. Moving on to highlighters. Now I have a few options for a highlighter. One that I've discovered, and I'm going to start with that one. This is the Refi highlighter. There's only one color. It's Topaz. If you're into that glossy, wet looking highlighter, this is it. If you're super fair, this may be more of a topper, honestly, like a blush topper, because it does have a color to it, like a warm bronzy color, but it's so wet looking, and I just love this so much. You know, I think anybody could really wear it, but if you're, like I mentioned, if you're a little lighter, it may show up more. But if you're deeper, I think it will be beautiful on you, because it had just the color. I'm going to try to squeeze it out. See if you guys can see. See, it has more of that warmth color, but like you saw when you blend it in, it just kind of becomes kind of see-through almost. Absolutely gorgeous. Another one, of course, the Pot de Pêche. Like, I always recommend this one. It's my favorite highlighter I own, period. I have all the colors that they have, I think, and this is still my favorite. This one also has like a color to it, but the way it just sits on top of the cheeks, it's just so beautiful. Even when I'm more fair or I'm more tan, it works so well. It makes my cheek look wet. Any skin type also will work, because it doesn't emphasize your texture or your pores. It's fabulous. It's absolutely fabulous. Now, a couple powder highlighters. The new Caliray. I like this. It's very beaming, extremely intense. The formula is just a very unique. I've talked about this a few times on my channel, but like, it's super beaming. But I really like it. I also use this on the lid sometimes. That's not what I have on, but in the inner corner. This is a beautiful formula and very intense. If you're into like that intense highlighter, but it's still blendable and it just meshes into your skin. I mean, this, I would say, emphasizes texture more than like my Westman Atelier, but for a highlighter that's this beaming, it really does a really good job at just brightening up that area and not have the cheek just show all that texture and still giving you a beaming highlighter. The Pillow Talk Glow Highlighter. I love this. This is softer, so it's not as intense. I'm trying to find space to put it. But specifically this color, the color Pillow Talk. It's gorgeous on the cheek. It's not too intense. It's softer. It's not glittery at all. I think it's a beautiful highlighter. There's other colors as well, but this is my favorite for sure. Moving on to the eyes, I really do not have eyeshadow palettes to recommend that are new. I mean, my Natasha Denona ones, I will always recommend them. The Biba is absolutely fabulous. I keep these two up here just because I like them so much. The Biba is just a no-brainer. Anybody could use them. Mine is absolutely destroyed, but I still use this. I still reach for it a lot. And I really like the Dream Collection. I think this was an amazing release. It gives you definitely more color, more options. But for me, this has become, I think, my second or third favorite from Natasha Denona. I love the gold one, but that's discontinued. And then another one that I've used a lot, but I just don't know if it's back in stock. This is the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes. I'm not gonna tease you in case it's discontinued. I don't know. I never know. Is he gonna bring it back, or was that it? That 1 month of this palette? I really hope he'll bring it back. But you know, you always have the Tom Ford Smoky Quartz. This and the Victoria Beckham Quad in Tweed. These are my favorite eyeshadow palettes ever. I love this one. It's basic. It's just a neutral browns, but I use this so much. It is very loved and well worth my money. I know it's expensive, but you get a lot of product. And because I use every single color and I see myself eventually hitting pan on these, I think that is worth it in my opinion. The last one I want to mention is this Dior in Soft Cashmere. This is such a stunning eyeshadow palette. This one, I wouldn't say that it's new to me, but in the past 6 months maybe I got it. Oh, last Sephora sale. I think that's when I got this one, and I really have enjoyed it. This color right here, absolutely stunning. It's this one right here. I just love everything about this one. You know, I may consider picking another Dior Quint because I really like the formula. I like the special shade. I even like this middle shade right here. I think it's just beautiful. So I'm curious of more Dior Quints. I think this is the only Dior one that I have, and this is fabulous. I think that's where I'm gonna leave the eyeshadows. I just haven't played with a lot of eyeshadows lately, and not a lot of new releases for eyeshadow. They are sold at Sephora. Mascara, Tower 28 Make Waves mascara, fabulous. I love it. This is my first tube, and it's still going strong. I will repurchase one during the sale just for a backup. I love it. I think it's really good. At first few weeks I was like, do I like this? But months later, I still absolutely love it. I always use the Hourglass Unlocked. It's like a tubing mascara on my lower lashes just because my mascaras run no matter what. So a tubing mascara like this, it's really good on my lower lashes, and I really don't go through it a lot just because I only use it on my lower lashes. But those are really the two mascaras that I've been using every single day. Now for brows, I do have a few options. The Brosses Brow Gel, this is wonderful for somebody who just wants a little fullness, some color, but nothing super intense. This is not going to hold your eyebrows in place all day long and be that, you know, laminated look. No, but this is for somebody like me that has already fuller brows, just fills them in a little bit. I love it. I went through multiple tubes of this. The Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows, I love this. This is all I have in my brows right now. It has this tiny, tiny brush, and I like this because this holds them in place much better than like the HAUS's, but also because the applicator, I can go in and fill in the front, almost kind of like a thicker pen, and it works really well, stays in place all day. I love that one. The color I have is dark brown, and I also like the color, which is important for me. And these two are like some pencils. The Gucci pencil, I think I've talked about this for a couple years now. I don't have much of mine. It's like all the way to here. This is fabulous for somebody who wants no fuss, barely there. Just put it on and it'll just fill it in. It gives you that powdery feel, and it's just, I love it. It's soft, easy. For more precise brow application, the Huda Beauty. This has the tiniest little tip. Look at that. and it does such a good job at actually drawing the brow hairs. You know, I think you'll go through it faster because it's so thin, but it's worth it because the application, it makes it so easy. And then if you want a laminated look, brows that will stay in place, the Patrick Ta lamination gel. Mine's actually quite disgusting because I use it so much, but I think it's so good. I am gonna run out of this soon, and I think I should pick up another one in the Sephora sale. I'm gonna try to clean the tip off real quick. Good enough. So this is how it looks like. So you're literally just brushing your hair with the gel on it, and this really stays in place. Brows are done. Now lips. Now I kind of have fallen in love with lip liners in general. Many times I'll just wear a lip liner and I'm good to go. And I'm gonna give you a few options that I've been reaching for lately a lot. Starting with Makeup by Mario. This one is in the color Toasty, and this is how it looks like, but I, you know, fade it out and it becomes like such a beautiful kind of slight contour effect. I think the color is fabulous. They're long lasting and they are like the ones that you sharpen, which I like. Tower 28. Yes, this color right here, work of art, is probably my favorite lip liner color right there. And when you fade it out, absolutely gorgeous. I use this so much. They're very affordable for Sephora. They're $15 and I feel like they're absolutely worth it. I have all their colors. I have the deeper one and the Fill Me In. The Fill Me In is really pretty. It's a little bit more pink, but I like Work of Art better. It's just a little bit more of a neutral brownie color. And then they also have this deeper one, Draw Me, which is more of a almost contour for me. You could use these on your eyes as well. But that one I kind of faded a little bit and it gives that really cool 90s vibe look on me. Rare Beauty lip liners. I really like them. The color that I like the most is in Wise. Let's see where I'm going to swatch it right here. Now this is one of those twisty ones, but the color is so beautiful. It lasts a long time and you can twist it back down. And I think it has a sharpener right here if you need to sharpen. But I think these are really beautiful. Again, the color is fabulous. You'll see the pattern. The colors all look the same. And then one more that I want to mention is this Refi. This is in Rosewood. I have Taupe. I think that one's in my purse. I'm trying to finish that one up because I think it's my project pan. But Rosewood, dare I say I like it more than Taupe, because it's just such a beautiful color on its own. And the beauty with this is that on the other side, you have like a sealer that you put on and rub it in. And this bad boy stays on all day. I have seen reviews and kind of read at Sephora that some people had issues that it was drying, and I don't understand it because they're so creamy, not like to the point where like the Natasha Denona lip liners are, but they're creamy enough where I never experience any dryness with these. Yeah, they say that they break, and I have two colors and I have not had any issue. I mean, like, it's just a beautiful lip liner and it lasts a long time. Like I mentioned, they're not this super gel creamy lip liners, and I generally don't like those because they will fade, and these will stay on all day. These are fabulous. One of my favorite lip products. Moving on to some lipsticks, lip balms, all that good stuff. I have so many favorites when it comes to lipsticks. I have an obsession. It's just what it is. I love lip products to a fault, but I'll share, at least a few. So I really got into the hype of the Summer Friday lip balms. I love them. The Butter Balm. I really like them. I want the pink color so bad, but it's sold out. And I just think that these are so glossy, so beautiful. They're moisturizing. I like that it comes in different colors. You get a lot of product in here. And yeah, I just really like these. I'm slightly obsessed with them. Now, the Clarins Lip Oil is also fabulous. I love this color. This is in the color Cherry. I love this color so much. I mean, it won't really go with my lips, but I'll add it. So what? Oh, it just gives such a beautiful cherry-like look to your lips. I usually use it on the inside of the mouth, like inner part, and just kind of spread it all around. I sometimes use this just with a lip liner, and that's it. It has like a beautiful tint to it, very glossy, moisturizing. Absolutely love it. Kind of similar to the Dior one. I mean, I feel like Dior used to be a favorite for me, and I still love it, but there's been so many other ones that came out that are so similar to this that, you know, if you don't want to spend the money, NYX came out with a new one. In Beauty also has some beautiful one. Clarins, there's a lot of options. Now for a more matte lip balm, these NARS ones, you cannot go wrong with these. If you need something that it's kind of like a barely there color, but it'll do something, and they're more of a, I wouldn't say matte finish, but they're not glossy. Look at that. This is Brief Encounter, and this is my favorite color. I adore this formula. I have, I think, 4 or 5 colors, and it's just very good. I don't hear a lot of people talking about this, and they need to be spoken of. A couple lipsticks that I've discovered lately, and then I'll be done. The Hourglass lipsticks, I really like them. I feel like there was a huge buzz and then people stopped talking about them, but I still like it. Large, which is the 308, is my favorite color. Look at this color. And when you put it on, oh, fabulous color, beautiful formula. The only thing I don't like it's just the packaging. You have to make sure you put it in perfectly, otherwise it's not gonna go in. But the formula is beautiful, the packaging's cute, and this color large is absolutely gorgeous. This is my favorite out of the 4 or 5 that I have. Another lipstick that I talked about this a while back. I think I purchased these at the last sale. But I love them. I keep them in my purse, so they're kind of one of those that I don't talk about them online that much, but I use them so much in my personal life. These are the Gucci matte lipsticks. My favorite is the Painted Veil. This color, every time I wear it, somebody will compliment on my lips and ask, "What are you wearing?" What a beautiful color. And the formula, it's like a very moisturizing matte finish. It's not drying at all. And then I have Carol Beige, and this is kind of like a weird color because it's almost that gray brown, but I usually use that in the center of my lip to make everything look a little bit more calm down or nude. I like having this color. It's a very unique color. But this formula, if you're into matte lipsticks, these are moisturizing. They have beautiful colors, so many undertones, and I actually am planning to get a couple more Gucci lipsticks because they seem to be so beautiful. 2 more that I want to mention and then I'll be done. The new Fenty lip cream. This is in Sea Sweetheart, and I really like this formula. It's kind of like a thicker formula. It's a cream. It's not a liquid lipstick, and look how pigmented this is. Like, it just keeps going. And I just add a little bit in the center and then tap it with my fingers, or you can go full on. But I like the color. It looks brighter here, but when I have it on the lips, it's more of a beautiful, like, rosy nude color on me. And I really like it. I think it's beautiful. I like the formula. They're not transfer proof. They're not liquid lipsticks, but I think they are really cool and new product. And then I had to mention the Rare Beauty lip oils. These I love. I have 2 colors that I like the most, Delight and Honesty. Delight, I think, is my favorite. And this is one that I brought again with me when I was traveling, and I found myself reaching for it over and over again because it stains your lip. This, to me, it's like a lip oil tint, like a stain, I'm sorry. It literally will stain your lips. And if you add one layer and then add another one, pat that one down, add another one, it will like intensify the stain. It will stay longer. And I just like these kinds of product because they're just amazing. They stay in place all day. I really like this color. Like I mentioned, this is Delight. Are they the most moisturizing like they sell them to be? I don't think so. I think they're just normal, like a lip stain. They're not going to be the most moisturizing, but I do like the effect. Initially they're moisturizing because it's like that oil, but once it dries down, it's just like regular stain. So those are all my recommendations for the Sephora VIB sale. Of course, everything that I've mentioned before in previous videos I truly recommend, but I wanted to, mention these that either I've used a lot lately or they're newer to Sephora. I will link everything in the description box below. I would appreciate if you did use those links because I make a small commission off of that, and that's a great way to support my channel and my little family. So I would love to hear your thoughts down below on some products that you recommend or that you have been really loving or are interested in. So I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.